What's up? This is Liam from WSOU, and I am here with Blothar the Berserker from Guar. How you doing today, Blothar?
Well, I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong. Nobody's dead here. I'm not trying to cover anything up. Everything's cool. Just keep driving. Just keep driving. Don't look in the mirror.
All right, that does not sound suspicious at all, so I think we're gonna trust you on that one. I know,
Yeah.
the last time you talked to WSOU, you were DJ Valentino, and you said you were, trapped in Florida and you couldn't make it back to Antarctica. Is everything good? Have you made it off this planet yet, or no? You're still chilling in Florida?
Yeah, I'm still in Florida, man. I mean, I've left a lot, left and come back since then. Since my talk with Valentino. Valentino. Uh yeah. So anyway, I've left and come back, but now I'm here in the sunshine state. It's really great. It's like the surface of the sun filled with rednecks, and it's just awful.
All right, glad to know that the warlords of outer space are still holding it down for us in the United States. So, all right, so on to the big stuff, the meat of this. There was recently an acoustic EP released, a disc with no name. It's definitely interesting considering that it's coming from Guar. I don't think we've really ever heard music that mellow before. So why don't you just tell me a little bit about it? What made this the right time to put out a few acoustic songs?
Well, I mean, Guar was a sad time, and we wanted to let people know that Guar cared. We really care about you, and so we decided, since we couldn't be around each other, which was actually a very good thing because nobody wants to be around Guar, really, least of all the other members of Guar. We had an opportunity to track some acoustic tunes for the AV clubs, the Onions AV club, and we picked some songs that we thought would work, and it went well. So we said, well, let's make another two and then make an EP out of it, and that's what we did.
So why did you choose these specific songs? Was it more content based or kind of just like how the music is set up? Do you think that would be the easiest to approach it in an acoustic setting?
Yeah, I mean, we went with the ones that had pretty good chord progressions that would adapt well to an acoustic treatment. It's basically that simple. I mean, and some of them actually had. I mean, like The Road Behind and Gonna Kill You were sort of already electric acoustic numbers. They were songs that were written on acoustic guitar, so they translated it. And I actually think people would be surprised at the number of songs, not only of metal songs, not only Guar songs, but a lot of bands that are written on acoustic guitar, because that's a good way to make sure that you've got something that has some harmonic content that makes sense. So
All right. Now, will fans be able to, do you think there's a chance we'll ever see any more acoustic Guar, or is this just kind of a one-off thing?
I would like to do an entire acoustic LP, but I think it's going to be a while before we do that. I wanted to, my inner Joni Mitchell really, and by that I mean that I actually have Joni Mitchell here inside of me. Like, so occasionally I let her out, and sure, I'd love to do an acoustic, more acoustic material. But we'll see. I actually would like, it'd be better to do, I think, some tunes that were written that way from the start, and try to make them heavy. What does heavy mean? Like, you can make something heavy in a different way. Um, I think the Melvins have done some acoustic stuff that translates pretty well. It's pretty heavy.
All right. Now, is this, I've seen Guar before. It's definitely an insane show. Do you think that this would be kind of a studio only thing, or will any acoustic performances ever make it onto a stage with the band?
There is absolutely no way that we're going to trot up acoustic instruments in front of those troglodytes at a Guar show, because I know that they have zero patience. They would never put up with this. That's really not what they're interested in.
Yeah, I can understand that. Been in the crowd a few times. I definitely get that one.
Right.
So, you said before it was a sad time. You wanted everyone to know that Guar cared. So, in the past, we've all been living in pandemic world. So, did COVID still have an impact on this EP? Did you have to record this separately, or what kind of obstacles were put in your way when you were kind of told everything had to shut down?
Well, I mean, like a lot of groups, Guar was able to, or not able to, but forced to focus less on our live presentation and more with preparing a new live show, and then working on other aspects of our process, like uh, videos, other aspects of other mediums that we could put out Guar content through. Comics, we have a comic that's coming out, and we really made the best of this time. I don't know if other bands did, but I mean, and certainly the challenge was not being able to be in proximity to one another while we're working, because Guar is a pretty collaborative process. So we had to find new ways to collaborate, and usually that was um, on Zoom calls where nobody. I knew at every Zoom call that nobody was wearing any pants, and I was right. And
Well,
I'm not wearing pants right now. I know that this is a Christian school, and I'm sorry for that. There's nothing wrong with me not wearing pants.
if it,
I
I don't
wasn't
know.
born with pants. God did not create me with pants.
I'm wearing pants, but that's because I'm in the studio. So I don't know if they would have let me buzz up today in the elevator if I walked up and they saw me on the camera without pants.
I would hope that they would.
All right. So, you mentioned the Guar going out beyond just live stuff, beyond just music. There's different, the comic books are coming out. What other merch drops are there right now in association with this disc with no name that fans could go online and get or check out?
We are dropping merch all over the place. We're just dropping loads of merch. We've got a liquor. We've got a line of rye whiskey. We have weed vapes, CBD sugar cubes, gelatinous sugar cubes of mind altering blood of Guar chemicals. We've got, nothing really connected with the acoustic release. It just so happens that we've decided to prostitute ourselves in the style of Kiss, or I don't know, maybe Snoop Dogg, right? We're just coming up, we're selling everything now. And so, yeah, we got the booze, we got the CBD products. We have the typical things that, I mean, well, we had the disc with no name actually has a gorgeous presentation. If you look at it, it's a picture disc that looks great, with art done by members of Guar on it. And there are some more products that are coming out. But then as far as creative stuff, like I said, we have a comic that's going to be released in around the same time as our record in 2022. We're very excited about it.
All right. Now, we would talk about the disc with no name a lot. What's behind that? Why'd you guys pick that name, or why did you pick no name?
Well, it's sort of a tribute to a Western theme that we wanted to have on the which is just, I mean, there's absolutely nothing Western about it other than the fact that it's an acoustic guitar. But and we decided that the art would have that theme, right? So it made sense to call it the disc with no name. It was all conceived. We conceived it as just one big bar fight, in an old time saloon. Somebody's cheating at cards.
All right. Well, don't cheat with cards when you're playing with Guar. That's the lesson.
Yeah, so it's got that sort of spaghetti Western title.
Awesome. So there's a music video, right? The I'll Be Your Monster music video. That
Mhm.
that was interesting. I enjoyed that. What when is that? Was that filmed separately? It looked like somebody was on like a baby cam in there for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, there's actually two videos. There's the "I'll Be Your Monster" video, which came out, and then there's one for the other tune, FTP, I suppose you'd call it. But yeah, and one, you know, the video cam, that is a video cam. It's a baby monitor, and I broke into a house and was filmed just, you know, hanging around in a kid's room. I wasn't doing anything. I was just in there. There's nothing wrong with me being in there.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
I don't like what you're implying.
No, I'm just, whose baby were you singing to? That's it. That's all I'm asking to. I'm sure they enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a baby. I don't know whose baby it was.
All right, one day when I have a kid, I'm sure I'll probably be playing Guar for him anyway, so can't judge.
Hopefully this kid will be like the Nirvana kid that was, they filmed drowning in a pool.
Yeah, see, it could be worse. You could be doing worse things to a baby than singing Guar to him.
Yeah, it could be drowning him in a pool.
Yeah, that would be bad. So, yeah, there was also you guys so much stuff coming up. It's hard for me to keep track of everything the band has been doing because I also saw that there was a vinyl reissue just a few days ago. How did that go over? Are you gonna put out any other albums on vinyl, new patterns, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we can pry them out of the hands of our record label, we'll be releasing them. But I mean, actually, sure. Anything that we have our own new label called Pit Records, and we're going to be, putting out Guar material and Guar related material. So that's exciting, right? We're doing releasing material and putting out old stuff. And at this point, I think we've already got. I mean, we had the Scumdogs reissue. We had the, that's our, the third and fourth releases. Although I'm not sure that those reissues might be through Metal Blade. I'm not sure. I can't remember, but it's all such a blur when you're a rich rock star like me. I don't know. I don't even know what's happening half the time. They just fill me full of Vicks Vapor Rub and point me in the direction and say, "Go be fantastic."
All right, so talking about being fantastic, you've got this acoustic EP out, you've put some other re-releases out, so you've really set the stage. Is there plans for new music? Has Guar been up in the Intergalactic studio recently, recording anything, or what's going on that front?
Yeah, we absolutely have. We've been writing, going through the torturous process of writing music, and it actually is pretty fun. I mean, other than the fact that, in the old days, we'd just get together with a bunch of sticks and rocks and bang around and scream, and that would be a Guar record. But things have gotten so much more complicated now.
All right, now
that's all there is to it. I wasn't going to follow that up. You're pausing like you expected me to follow it up. There is no follow up. It's just that. But yes, we are working on a record, so it's going to be great. And with the materials already come together, and we the same guys producing it that produced the last Guar record. I think it's going to be fantastic.
Awesome. Now, Guar is typically seen as kind of a bit of a, politically or socially issues charged band, in this past year or so has been insane. Everyone can agree on that one. Is this going to kind of affect how you revamp your stage presence once you start touring again? You're going to take some factors from the past year or so, you're going to put that into the show?
Well, sure. Absolutely. Guar is always, trying to be, I mean, we maintain we reflect what's going on in the world. So that will definitely be a part of the show that's coming up. But people keep asking us if we're going to kill Biden. And the answer to that is no, we're not going to kill Joe Biden. He's already dead. That would be ridiculous. There's no challenge involved in that. Blow him up. We could just bring him up and just blow on him really hard. I mean, like actually blow on him. I wasn't being, crude.
I mean, hey, as I said, I've seen the show live. That
Yeah,
could have gone either way.
it could have, and it did with Trump, but
Yeah, I was there for that one. I guess, yeah, 2019 in New Jersey.
yeah,
I was there. I
right,
saw
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
That
was,
was very that really upset the bouncers a lot. They never liked that.
All right. So, talking about stage presence, new music, everything like that, it seems like the table is maybe set for a couple live performances. Is there anything in the works, some exclusive info that you could throw my way? Maybe if Guar is going to hit the road again?
Guar's going to hit the road again, and we are going to do some touring for Scum Dogs. That the reissue of Scum Dogs, where we're actually doing the Scum Dogs record, performing those songs. It's going to be. We'll have some special guests some nights from Guar's past, so that's going to be a big deal. And then after that, we're going to do some more touring. So yeah, it's going to be a busy 2021, and I think things will be fully back by 22.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm personally excited. I think you guys are at Riot Fest, right?
Yep,
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'll be front and center, so you'll see me at that one.
cool.
Any chance you're swinging by our neck of the woods at SOU, New York, New Jersey?
Sure, man. As soon as we can. We understand that things are perfectly miserable up there, and that's that's where we like to go. So we'll be by.
Yeah, I can tell you that one. If you're looking for pain and misery, New York, New Jersey, that's the way to be. All right. So I mean, I think we've kind of covered a lot of stuff. We got the EP, some plans for the future. I got one question for you that I ask across the board to everyone that I interview, just kind of a funny one. So, if you could go see any zoo animal, like we walk into a zoo right now, what would be the first thing that you go and see?
Hippopotamus. Oh wait. Oh yeah, that's right. You pronounce it hippopotamus. Yes. Yes. I call them the hippopotamus. But yeah, that's what I would be. I love hippos because they're really cute and they're fat and they're obese and they're disgusting and they smell and they've only got a few teeth, but they're horrifically violent.
All right, I could get behind that. I got nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
All right, Blothar the Berserker. I think that's just about all I have for you. If you want to plug anything else at the end, Guar on whatever it is, website, social media, any kind of releases that you want to plug in real quick, this is your time. Say whatever you want.
Well, there's plenty of things that I want to plug, but I'm not going to. Guar.net, you can find out about all that stuff. That's the extent of my plugging